Sharik, you ready to watch me cancel myself IRL? Guess what the first line in the video is? Do not date whores. I'll see you at my house. Bye. He's so pissed. He's so pissed. He's right there. Wait, we'll drive by him. Okay, first off, disclaimer. This is like genuinely zero to do with my fucking like ex-girlfriend and my breakup, okay? Well, no, it does, but it's not the whole thing. Has it something to do with my previous ex? Maybe. Today, boys, Uncle Damo is gonna give his 2 cents, educate you about how to find the woman for you. Because recently, going through this, okay, let me disclaimer even more. 2 things. 1, the reason I say this is not about my ex is because she is probably the opposite. She's the opposite of a whore. Okay, this is the most, she's the most fucking like fucking loving woman I've ever met in my life. Which brings me to point number 2 about the disclaimer is, I mean, in the first breakup video I made, I guess it wasn't a joke at the time, but I said like, yo, if you find her on Instagram, don't fucking like, don't say anything mean because it was a really good, healthy breakup. Like, just be really kind and tell her thank you instead. I didn't expect you fuckers to find this chick on Instagram and actually comment that shit. Some of you motherfuckers, bro. She fucking sent me this, like, screenshot of one of you guys. I'm gonna call you out right now. Your name is, I think is Nick. Okay, Nick. Fuck. I like the intention, buddy. Very kind. But she sent me this message that Nick, one of you, commented on her page like, hey, I hope everything's going well. Like, thank you for treating Damo so well. Even though you guys broke up, I hope that's so nice of you, but you cannot be fucking DMing my ex for me, boys. That is weird as fuck. I love you though. Especially you, Nick. Fuck you though. Anyways. That's pretty funny. How this topic of conversation comes up is because right now, obviously, I'm horny as fuck. I'm just gonna be real with you. I am horny as fuck. I haven't busted a nut in like almost a month, boys. Almost a whole month, because I made all these fucking promises on social media that I'm gonna stop masturbating and I'm not gonna ever watch porn and I can't. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Fuck this self-improvement shit. Now I can't even bust a nut. God damn. But in reality, I did make this promise to myself that I would, you know, stop masturbating and stuff. And over the past year, even especially the start of my self-improvement journey, I've definitely relapsed a few times, boys. Like, especially the start of oh god damn, I relapse like every week, boys. But right now I'm in a place where I don't need to fucking bust nuts. But it's tough, and I'm horny as shit. So this is the duality of my mind that's tough right now. I see pretty girl, okay? I see pretty girl at the gym. I either shut up a conversation or I'm too scared to talk to. But I promised myself since the start of my previous relationship that I always said, if we break up, if me and this girl break up, ooh, steal some of Daniel's water, I will not whore out. I will not whore out. I will not do what I used to do. And what I used to do was I used every pickup artist line ever. I melded it together. I made this whole formula. Maybe that should be a video one day. It's probably not the best video I should put out morally, but it's fucking hilarious. But I had this first date step-by-step plan of how to sleep with a girl. It has a 66% success rate. I've tried it 3 times. It's worked 2 out of 3 times sleeping with a girl on the first date. Super fucked. It's lots of, it's not like bad, but it's like lots of like, I don't want to say manipulation tactics, but you know. I promise I'll stop doing that. Because one thing that a lot of self-improvement guys say, especially like Hamza says this a lot, that I guess I never really bought into until the older I got, but it's what is it? Well, I guess it has something to do with like the delayed gratification and all that fucking bullshit, right? But it's mainly like don't pair bond with chicks, especially if you know that there's no chance of it leading to something greater. Like, you gotta think about what your goal is. And my goal, as much as I don't want to admit it, is, you know, happy, healthy, long-lasting marriage. That's what I would love. I want a Pookie Bear, you know? I want some bitch. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was why. Whoa. Okay, Damo, let's chill out. I want some beautiful, lovely lady to be my wife one day. So getting to that point, it's only, let's be 100% honest, finding your future wife, you are not gonna find this woman with the instant gratification. Or at least I will not. I know, I don't want to say for you, maybe whatever. For me, I will not find my future wife in a bar, in a club. Or maybe I will. You know what I mean? I don't want to say never is never. I learned enough from self-improvement that you can't say things are not absolutes. But I would assume that from the standards list I have in my head of what I want, they would not be found in those places, and they would be quite wholesome and whatever. Let's bring this back to the topic of the video of, basically, I just want you guys to raise your standards, okay? Because since this breakup, it's not that I've been talking to women. Here's the things I promised myself I wouldn't do, okay? No Tinder. No fucking online dating. Done in the past. It's worked well, but you have to sift through so much bullshit. I know some people that have been in multi-year relationships through Tinder, and it's going fantastic. But you do have to sift through a fuck ton of bullshit. And let's be honest, and I can say this because I was that guy, but when you're on a dating app, majority of the time, you are looking for instant gratification. You're looking for the quick dopamine of validation, attraction, love, whatever it is. You're looking for that quick shit because you know it's tougher to get it by putting in the fucking work in person, IRL. I also know that I want to build that IRL skill much because the only pickup artist IRL skill I have is from, I don't know, when I was 19 or something. And me and my buddy would just go in the mall and try to hit on chicks because we thought it was cool. We watched a More Plates, More Dates video and we're like, damn, we suck at talking to chicks in person. Let's do it. Tinder and dating apps is just too easy. To be honest, it is just, it's too easy mode. You know, it's like, I want that, this is an ego thing, but I would love to tell my future kids and people that I met my wife by actually approaching her or something like that type of story. So yeah, I also promise no casual sex. No fucking casual sex. One, because I know myself. Truly, I'm a pookie bear, bro. I get attached way too quick. I don't think I can actually have sex with a woman and not get attached. I don't think so. I know some guys that I think they definitely can do it. I don't want to say they see women as objects, but they definitely see women as more of a game and whatever. I can't, bro. I know myself, and I cannot do that. I actually think it would be harder for me to try not to sleep with a girl on the first date than to try to sleep with her on the first date. Because I know the rules of how to sleep with a woman on the first date. I know the game plan, that bullshit. And sorry, this ties into the final rule I made for future dating, finding the future wife. Is because obviously, there's a very low chance that the next girl I start dating is going to be that future wife, right? That's just not exactly how life works. But what I'm trying to do is mitigate all the external factors of her not being. I'm trying to narrow down the playing field so that there's a higher percent of chance that each girl I date will be that future wife. And the step 3 of it is authentic self. That's the journey that this whole channel is. That's the reason I make these videos in this format. That's the reason that I am still able to put in time and make these videos even though they don't get many views, is because it's just something I really strive for. That's my biggest goal right now in life, is to lean toward being authentic, because for so long in my life I was so scared to do it. Terrified. Authentic means different things for everybody. It doesn't always mean you have to be serious and sad all the time. Sometimes you can be fucking happy and shit. But I think it just means that you always ask yourself before you're gonna do something. It's is this something that is this a true authentic? Is this something Damien would actually do? Or am I trying to get validation for something? What is the reason I'm doing this? So meaning, if I picture these things, right? Me asking a chick out, right? I know there's a level of game that you have to play. I don't want to anymore. With all the women that I've been successful with, there's not many, I have, in the beginning, always put on a show. Always put on the show of somebody that's not me. It's so corny and cringe, but I literally have this picture that, in my mind, that if a girl that I really was interested in and we went on a nice date and she asked me, what is something that, about you that something, I literally want to tell her, like, oh, I'm a very sensitive guy. I cry a shit ton. And it's almost like a safeguard that I want to set her up for failure first and see if she can take it early. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of a defense mechanism to be like, here's all my fucking baggage in the beginning. I don't know what is right or wrong, so maybe this is completely wrong. I shouldn't do this. Fuck it. I would love them to know, like, all my baggage. Jesus Christ. I would really love them to know, like, who I truly am before I proceed further. You know what I mean? Because it's delayed gratification. It's like, I rather go on less, I rather meet less women with a higher chance of it working out. And I that's the point of this fucking rant, is I want you boys to do that too. I want actionable step, whether you do this in the head, you write down or let's do it together, boys. 3 ideals for some women in the future. I was doing this with my buddy on the podcast that we just started. Whoa, quick segue. I don't know when we're gonna release it, but on this channel, I'm gonna release, 1 to 3 hour long podcast with just people that I enjoy. So the first person, mainly just because I need to test the mic and I need to have somebody who wouldn't care if I fucked up. With my buddy Daniel, my best friend, he was there for me through a ton of my shit, especially recently. And the question that we asked ourselves at the end of the podcast was like, what are the 3 like big non-negotiables for your future wife? And I'll go through the steps with you boys. And these are things that I think shouldn't really be like physical things, right? Because yeah, of course you gotta have physical attraction. Like, you can't just be a fucking ugly bum and expect to get a ton of chicks. But you also like shouldn't settle for like a really busted up looking chick, you know what I mean? As Danny would say, don't settle for a chick who's yammed. Okay, here are the 3 things. 1 is they need to like me for me. Whoa, that's cliche, that's gay, that's boring. It's true. The last girlfriend I had taught me that. She taught me that there are some women that do like me for me, which is fucking sick. And I think a lot of guys don't have that. Even the most alpha Chad, actually, especially the most alpha Chad millionaire guys, I think those girls don't actually like them for them. They don't. They like them for maybe the surface level stuff, like the drive, the success and stuff. And you could say, oh yeah, but this drive and success, that's part of them. Yeah. But I don't think those girls are okay with those guys' insecurities and stuff. And that's why those guys like mask it all down. And I went through the phase, so coming from somebody who went down the red pill rabbit hole like crazy and coming out of it, I do not believe in that bullshit that all women secretly want a guy who is extremely stoic and doesn't have... Fuck no. I definitely believe, because what I want in a chick is pretty different from what most dudes want. I bet there's a ton of chicks that want probably maybe more sensitive dudes. I'm not saying a bitch. They don't want you to just be crying at every problem and not fix it. But I think a lot of girls would actually want a dude who's more human, more sensitive, who little problems fuck him up, but he still gets over it. He's still strong enough to get through that shit. Because it's just human. It's just how it is. Second rule for the females, for my future female, is big ass. Huge. Needs to be gigantic. No. There's like small little stuff like working out. Of course I need that. What was it? Fuck, it was a good one. It was like, oh, this sounds kind of very cringe. They need to be on self-improvement. But whatever that means to them. So they don't need to fucking red light therapy, sun their fucking gooch every night. No. But what I would need them to do for 100% is to want to always mentally better themselves. I love being with people, women, and especially because it's my favorite thing to do, is to learn life lessons. I want to be constantly learning life lessons, you know? That's what I love about relationships. I love that I can fuck up and learn a lesson that applies to life. So I would love a woman like that. Why? Because one, the security of like, when we go through tough shit, if we're both with that mindset, we're both going to try to find the best outcome for the relationship and the best outcome to learn from, and not just the easiest, most pleasurable outcome or the easiest pleasurable solution. Yeah. Okay, number 3, I can feel my body fucking gassing out right now because I haven't ate all day. Jesus Christ, terrible parking job, so Chinese, holy fuck. I need a woman who... What is the third one? Damn. I was wrestling with this. This is what my ex-girlfriend wanted, and this is probably why it didn't work out between us. But she wanted a guy who was like more things in common, closer to a friend. So I do agree. Like I could never date a chick who doesn't fucking work out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's just disrespectful to yourself, to be honest. But what's the third one? Very nurturing. I need that. I learned that from my last girlfriend, that I just love that. That shit's dope. When a girl's able to nurture you, the nurturing power of women is fucking insane, brother. It's like that feeling of being like loved like that, of this is the best way I can describe it. Something my ex-girlfriend, the reason I even started dating my ex was one time, it's so small. Car breaks down, and she just like, instead of like, some girls are actually like this. Instead of like freaking out or being like, oh, I'm just gonna leave and shit. Some people are like that. I know it's like common human decency, but she just like grabs my arm and like touches my shoulder and just like, she's like, I'm so sorry that happened. It's gonna be okay. And I'm like, bro, I fucking know it's gonna be okay. Like, I'm just gonna get jump started. But still, like, there's a magic in that when a girl is able to touch your soul. When she's able to touch your soul and calm down your nervous system and allow you to become vulnerable and allow you to become like real, but also like reassure your soul. So fucking powerful. That's what I need. So it doesn't matter if a girl's like my best friend and we hang out a lot. If she's not able to do that, that is my like one of my most important ones. I don't want that shit. I don't want that chick. God damn. Yeah, sorry if this video wasn't very I don't know, informative, but we can get more into it. I just have to go work now. But I really want more guys to raise their standards. Seriously, because a lot of dudes I see, like, either they're in relationships or they're looking for one. There's such low standards. Don't sell your soul. Don't do it. If you can honestly... I'm giving some fucking crazy red pill shit right now, brother. No, just kidding. Sorry. If you can honestly sleep with a ton of women and truly not have it affect you, then you can go do it. If you can honestly date for the fun of dating and not have it truly affect you, watching that person walk away or watching you hurt that person, sure, do it. I'm not the one to tell you. But be fucking honest with yourself. Ask yourself, like, literally picture in your head, not even physically, but what you want your future relationship to be with. Now, of course, there has to be some compromise, of course. But picture those core things, that list of 3 that we just did together. Picture that, and don't settle for less. Don't do it. And I'm very glad, I'm very thankful for my friends, because I keep making jokes to them right now, like, oh, like, maybe I should go talk to that girl and stuff. They won't let me. They will not let me date a girl who is not good for me. Especially after a relationship, do not do it, boys. Because that is just a numbing painkiller, okay? Easy, simple steps, not easy. Build yourself up as a person to the point where you watch my other videos if you want to learn how to do this, to the point where you're actually comfortable with yourself and you actually love yourself enough to be alone. Only when you're truly at that stage, then it's time to actually start dating. Because I think one big difference between me and my ex was the whole time she loved herself. The whole time, and that's something I admired from her so much, was she wholeheartedly always loved who she was as a person. That I don't want to say the relationship was bad, right? Like, it was pretty fucking sick, but she was able to walk away. She had the power to walk away. I don't want to say easily, like, it was super tough for her. I'll watch her fucking bawl her eyes out about it. I just wanted to say that to fucking jerk my own ego off. But I admire how she was so comfortable in her own skin that she was like, look, this relationship's great, love this guy, we have a great dynamic, but it's not quite what I want. And thank you to her for teaching me at least the start of how to love myself and all that shit. But I would love that for you boys. I really want you guys to go build yourself up as a person, become successful in the eyes of what you truly see as successful, not what fucking social media says is successful. Become that. Build toward that. Enjoy the fucking process. Love yourself every single day. Do things that you love. Balance your life with all the great harmonies and the beauties of life with hard work, things you don't want to do, things you do want to do, dedication, a little bit of that dopamine, a little bit of this. Don't listen to other people, what they say. Listen to your own clock, what your own self says, because it's your life. And then you can start inviting people into your life. But still have high enough standards, and you will gain these standards once you start loving yourself or what person. Because this whole video topic idea came from, I saw this beautiful woman in the gym. Beautiful. Stalked her Instagram. Went to her Visco and realized and saw her fucking like drinking and smoking blunts. And that's something that 2-3 years ago I wouldn't have really enjoyed in a girl. But I would have definitely settled for it. Because the numbing comfort of having a person in my life overrode my standards. Please do not let that happen to you, boys, because that will only bring you the biggest pain in your life. Trust me on that. I know firsthand from my last ex. God damn, boys. What can I say? What can I say now? Yeah. Something my buddy Shriek said to me today that sparked this video that I want you to keep in your minds was, because I was making jokes about talking to chicks, and he was like, he literally asked me, he's like, why do you want a relationship? Why? Ask yourself that question. Once you find the true answer of why, then you can decide who you want, if you should want it now, and how to get it. Actually, how to get it. Boom! That's some crazy meta shit that you really got to think about today. Love you, boys. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, you might see me crying like a little bitch in the next video, because that's what this channel's come to. Mwah. Before we end it, I do want to actually say that I did read. I couldn't get through all of them. I'm sorry, I have separation anxiety. I'm going to keep talking. I couldn't get through all of them because I'm scared to see mean ones. But I read some of the comments of the first breakup video because it just came out on the time of this recording. And very kind of you guys. I really appreciate it. But I don't want to say I'm good now because it might come back. But I really appreciate your support, boys. It brings me so much penis-hardening dopamine to watch you guys support like that. So thank you. Really love you, boys, and keep commenting on the videos so I can jerk off to the dopamine from that. Bye.